G'day. 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 Hello. That song was pretty cool. Alright, pause that. Hey, welcome in. Hello, Fiddy. Enjoy your sleep. Thank you so much for the raid. Guys, hello. I'm a little late. Sorry. But I got some coffee and I got some hydration. We're gonna be playing some Songs of Six, and man, I have not played this in a little while. Hi, welcome in, guys. How's your Tuesday been going so far? Welcome in, Deafman, of course, and Jabby, and Nyan, Loppy, hello, Fiddy, of course. Get some sleep. Get out of here. Hello, I'm a little late. You're Loppy. Hi, Loppy. I'm actually Peg. Or Peg and Wing, technically, but you can call me Peg. Welcome, guys. If you don't know what this game is, it's a colony simulation game where you manage basically an entire civilization. At the moment, we have 1,600 people, I guess, in our city. Plebeians, technically, with a few nobles, actually. But yeah. Can peg him? Bad phrasing that. Eh? No, you can't peg me, what? Anyway. And then if you zoom out, you might be thinking, what the fuck is all this? And you know what? You're not gonna be wrong, because what the hell have I done? Because we haven't played this in a little bit. So let's have a look. So we got a bunch of food. We got some farms and stuff like that. We got a huge, I do remember this. We set up a huge warehouse here that can store a bunch of materials. We got some more farms and things, some pastures, generating a decent amount of meat and leather. We got all of our housing. And we got some bakeries over here. More bread, Milord, of course. At the moment, we're sitting at 1,600 bread with a stockpile of over 7,000 grain. So that's pretty good. Got some dungeons over here, got some laboratories. On this side, we got 2 labs and 1 library for our technology, which we've got 94 technology in the bank and 69 knowledge in the bank as well, which we can use to unlock a few things in the tech tree, which could be handy, but we'll have to have a look at that in due time to see if there's anything worth actually investing points into. Perhaps some farming for more herb, mushroom. We're not doing mushroom farms, but the opiates, we are farming opiates. We're sitting at 224,000. I think it's called denarii, the currency in the game. Bunch more buildings, a few guard posts. Actually, speaking of, we've been having some trouble with law, I believe. So our law is sitting at 48%, but as you can see, it was pretty low. It was steadily declining at a certain point. And then we executed some people and enslaved some people, and that brought it up quite a bit. Okay. That's not too bad. I do wonder if what else we can introduce that will increase the law, because here the law went up very, very high, but then it decreases quite a lot. So we were here, like we were at 91, 92% law based on an imprison, a previous execution, and people being judged. And then I guess over time, those previous sort of punishments, they wear off, I guess. So I guess a punishment in terms of how it affects the citizens I guess over time it wears off, so then you need to like continue punishing to keep the law up, to keep people preventing causing crimes. Yeah. Ba, ba, ba. Also the classical, the numbers Mason, what do they mean? Trying to get back into Songs of Six. Had the same in the demo. Remember, some were homeless because they had too much travel time to their jobs. Yeah, we did get some technology to give us some upgrades for the homes. We were able to dig out basements, which you can actually see when a home has a basement upgrade, which is actually kind of a neat feature. You can actually see the basement level. That allows the homes to actually hold more people, and ideally we get more people closer to their workplace. Because what happens is basically every citizen we have, every plebeian we have in our city has their own life, has their own job. They're all simulated and stuff. You know, they'll go to the food store, get food they like. They'll go to the market, buy things they like. If they're cold, they'll go to the hearth. If you know they're hot, they'll go to the well. They'll go to a shrine to pray. They'll go to stages or sit down on benches and all that sort of stuff. And then they'll go to their workplace and stuff like that. So yeah, having homes, having housing as close as you can to their workplace is more beneficial, because then they will not be classified as homeless. If we do have a look at it here for our housing, we do have some slaves, but mainly with here we've got 0 homeless. We've got a few humans who are homeless, so maybe we need to figure out where these guys are and make them another home nearby. I think I have the humans ideally in the labs and the libraries, because each race also has a benefit to specific jobs as well. Also decided up the warehouses, having guard posts near the iron facility and more temples were a notice issue. Yeah, we'll have a look at our other locations as well. This is just our main city area, but we've got another couple subdivision areas as well that we'll have a look at. You can't chat about this game. You have no clue what you're doing there. You're too dumb to understand it. So you sit in your shadow corner. What do you mean? If there's anything you want to know, just ask. I don't really know this game either. You know what I mean? And I'm playing this for the kind of the first time. We've only been playing it for like a week or two. Yeah. So yeah, if we actually have a look at the facilities, so if we click on a facility, we can actually see its influence essentially. So for wells, we've got good influence for wells. Maybe we could get one more over here for the wells and probably start putting another one over there. They seem pretty good. For the food stalls, okay, we probably need to get another food stall. Definitely need another one, because these guys over here, they're not really getting anything. Red squares are also bad. I think a red square means they couldn't get to it if they wanted it and they couldn't get to it. So I think that's either a combination of either it was overloaded, there wasn't enough available like spaces. But this is at 70% load, so that should be fine. Or they couldn't get to it due to the distance. But I think we might need another food stall, probably over here. We'll probably do another court section over here. Let's check the other areas. This is a small area. We probably should get a food stall down here, just a very small one. This one's perfectly fine. This one's kind of good. Maybe a small one over here could be a thing. We don't have any housing over here. We should probably put some housing over here and have this as a proper district area for... We've got some stone mines. Oh, actually, no, we do have some housing here, but not much. Like, we've got coal mine, gem mine, a stone mine over here, and we got a smithery, masonry, and metal smelter over here. So we should ideally turn this area over here into another kind of mini district, kind of like what we have over here as well. Iponanga. Oh boy, a settlement management game. Hey Snaky, please sir, can you have some bread? Well, I think we could maybe afford to give you a bit of bread. We do have nearly 1600 in the stockpile, with you know, over 6,000 bread in the stockpile, so that could perhaps be allocated. The market as well is similar, I think, sphere of reference, the food stall. So yeah, here is good. But yeah, I think if we decide over here, we do market and food stores over here, and yeah, get another set over there. The shrines, yeah, same thing. I think getting a shrine over there. We've got a small one over there, so that's fine. Shrines seem to be pretty good. Yeah, shrines are perfect. Okay. So wells were good, right? Yeah, wells are good. So we just need another food stall. So I might just copy the entire size and pop it over here. And I'm also going to copy the market size as well. Place both of those over here. We didn't have a look at the halves. So halves, sphere of influence seems to be pretty good, but there are some red squares over here. So these guys couldn't get to the half. So I think I might decide to put down another half as well. Yeah, we're definitely going to be throwing some cobblestone in this big square as well. Let's see, we can copy rooms, copy an area. Got these nice sizable homes that we will decide to copy. And I don't want to select that. I don't want to select that. I do want to select that stuff. Okay. Copy. And probably only going to be able to fit one house in, I think. Well, if I put that there, I could maybe just fit. Yeah, we'll just do... I might need a janitor over here, I think. So we'll just do one set of housing. And then one over here too. That's one thing I should have a look at, the janitorial setup. Okay. Let's see, where do we have the janitors? We have one here. How are they looking? Okay, actually the janitors has a really large influence actually. So that's fine. I think we have one over here as well, right? Maybe? Yeah, we have a janitor here, so that's fine. One's there, good. Okay, yeah, I think the janitorial setup is good as well. I think everything, if it's like if it's highlighted like blue, essentially, that's getting maintained, I believe, is how that works. There's a few spots and stuff here and there that are a little yellow, which I think dictates needing some maintenance. But there's not like an inordinate amount of locations that need maintenance. So that's kind of fine. This does say that it needs pottery though to maintain some locations. So let's have a look at our pottery. We have a pottery over here. So first of all, we do have enough clay. Do we have clay over here? So yeah, we got a little bit of clay that is here. And our pottery, we are producing 42. We have a production capacity overall. So we're not spending much on maintenance, that's fine. We've just got to send some, I guess, over to here. Which I think we are pulling resources. So this warehouse is warehouse number 4. Set to... Maybe we pull from warehouse 4 then, ideally. I think that's what we should do. So that way we can get it delivered here. Although, did we set up a hauling station? Maybe we set up a hauling station, did we? We do. We did set up a hauling station. This is hauling 8. So I should be hauling pottery over here. The resources have been selected. Okay. Pull from warehouse 4 with a pull limit of only pull when resource storage exceeds this limit. We have that set to 10%. So that means that we're always going to ideally keep a pottery limit of 10% within this warehouse. So that tells me that we just need to produce more pottery essentially, and then this hauler will start functioning and it'll start pulling the pottery over to this location over here. And then when there's pottery here, then the janitors will come along and pick it up, and these guys will also pick it up as well. Mind you, look at how large this warehouse is. We have a potential 264 crates. It's currently got its first upgrade. It's only at 26% capacity as well. And we're employing 41 employees just to manage like the to and fro essentially. Basically, if you think of like, you could think of this game as like a big factory game. And instead of having conveyor belts, you've got people that take items to and fro from different production facilities. You know, for example, we've got an ore mine over here. They'll mine the ore over here, and then this loading station will grab the ore and then send the ore over here, where they'll start using it in the metal smelting facility. Factory about people. Almost, yeah. But there's also a lot more to it as well. We have someone who is starving. Why are you starving? Wait, is that because you need fruit? Okay. They should be storing. They should be getting enough fruit. Housing. There we go. So now we don't have any homeless. Now that these houses have been built. Now we can see the value of furniture as well that we have. So we've got 1.8 thousand pottery being used with a current target of nearly 3,000. So there's quite a bit of pottery that they still need to actually pick up to fully furnish their homes. For the wood, it's relatively close there. We also have a lot of wood in stockpile. Fabric is nearly there. We've got a lot of fabric in the stockpile, so that's fine. Clay, they've pretty much gathered nearly all the clay for their furniture, as well as we have a decent stockpile. Furniture is nearly there as well. They've nearly fully finished their homes, and we have a little bit of a stockpile too. We are producing more furniture than we are using. The maintenance on furniture is quite high. Fabric. Ooh. Fabric's about even, so ideally we maybe produce a little bit more fabric, but we could also lower the amount of clothes we're using, or producing I should say, as well. I think we ended up, let's see, we ended up giving them 1 extra clothing for the Cretonians and for the humans. We're not even giving them access to all of the furniture and all of the pottery that they could potentially take either. Like, they could take way more pottery and also way more furniture. That's quite significant. I think we're here though. Let's see. I think we make another pottery. We've got some houses and stuff already here. This is mainly for the clay pit. The clay pit is producing well over enough that we need. It's overproducing technically, but we've got 102 employed on here, which is pretty insane. But yeah, I think if we go ahead and we copy this one as well. Now, when we look at our potential workforce, we've got 180 odd jobbers. So these are people who don't kind of have a specific allocated job right now. And they will assist building this, and then it'll get, the pottery will get fully work filled up, which will be 35 workers will jump into working there. So we still have a lot of odd jobbers available, which is basically like jobs that we could easily fill without having to recruit more people into our city. How has our health been going? Because as your population grows, your health kind of declines. So we need to keep the people healthy. Seems like maybe creating bathhouses would be a good boost to the health of the city. Now we need to research that. It costs cut stone and metal, which we have in abundance, and then an optional amount of stone, which at the moment, probably because we've been building a lot of things, a lot of cobblestone roads, we've been using our stone, but we could over time get a decent amount of excess stone. So let's have a look. Bathhouse. Oh, it costs 50 knowledge, and we need fancy wells and second floors even. Fancy wells we could get with 15 knowledge, which I guess would be good because then we could upgrade the wells, and actually upgraded wells, I believe, give our guys a lot of happiness. Let's see. Services, right? Yeah, so if we look at the bars with our services, these are what people have access to, and the bars represent how much sort of total happiness that our citizens are getting from these different facilities that we're providing. So if we look at it, they get the most amount of happiness or fulfillment from wells. However, when you look at this, there's different, I guess, things that will increase or decrease kind of like the fulfillment level. So 97% of our subjects have access to wells. It's 96% in proximity. The quality of the wells is 100%, so I believe that is if it's being maintained. But the upgrade, so the current upgrade boost from this room visit, some rooms don't have upgrades, so we can only get 33% of our upgrade boost. So if we get our wells fully upgraded, the well percentage will actually go up significantly more, and that'll make our people a lot more happier. They're already pretty happy right now. Anything above 80% I believe is really good, so making our humans a little bit more happy would be ideal. Likewise, they really like wells. Food stalls are pretty good too. They really like the markets, but yeah, once again, that's like you need to upgrade these things, so then they sort of appreciate it even more. They've actually got a decent amount of likeness for benches. They have kind of low access to benches, so we would need to place benches kind of around the area. Stages, access and proximity, that's relatively okay. Speakers, access and proximity as well is relatively good. Halves have decent access and proximity as well. Once again, it's kind of like the upgrades for these different things. If we actually look at our halves, to upgrade this, we do need fancy half. Okay. But yeah, anyway, the bathhouse was fancy well and second floor, so second floor costs 60 knowledge. Okay, right. So I'm already gonna need an extra library. Now we've already got 2 libraries and they are fully facilitated. However, I think we're using one with leather, although ideally we start using 2 with leather. So it's kind of a toss up between either. So using in the item is good because it allows for double production of the research. But we're gonna need then more leather production. Now we're already getting 44 from the hunters that we have. Where are our hunters located actually? Over here. We're employing 18 people in the hunters, which if we look at it, that's kind of like about the amount you want, because as you employ more hunters, it kind of like it gets less effective the more people you have. And the production is based off of luck as well, so you might have bad days and you might have good days. Hello Rusty, welcome in. So in terms of that then, the pastures, we recently, actually I do kind of remember we had a very bad event that killed a lot of people and damaged a lot of buildings, and a lot of the animals actually died due to that. It was like a big tornado type thing, I think it was. So I think we're just kind of waiting for these productions to get back up and running, which takes a little bit of time. Yeah, there's still some baby animals in this. Only 66% production from this due to adults. Same with this one. These ones as well, they have adults. That one's fully operational. That one has some adults. So yeah, we just need to wait for them to be producing some of that leather. But I don't think that would be enough. 74 leather is needed for a library to be fully double production. Actually, 76 leather is needed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is what happened. A lot of people died. Yeah. That wasn't too good. So it's either we could build another library and not worry about leather, or alternatively we build more pastures, which I guess would be leather and meat and also livestock. Now livestock we do also need for some maintenance, but we could just start selling the excess. Hey Sir Jimmel, if you scale back a library employment back to 50 for the lever using one, temporarily to smooth over the lower lever gain we have at the moment. Yeah? Or maybe it's kicked in. It might have kicked in. I think as our pastures start, the animals start growing up, I think it's going to be... I think it should balance out for our knowledge level. We have a production of 200 and nearly 4, essentially. One thing we can do as well is get make sure all of the humans are employed in there as well. Oh. Well, this is not good. An accident has occurred. 5 subjects were injured and will seek out a hospital. There were 1 death. Which site was it? Okay, it was at the woodcutters. Hopefully they can get to our hospital, which is up here. They are within reach of it. Got a few hospitals. We should actually have a look at our hospital reach. Our hospital reach seems pretty functional everywhere. Maybe it's a little light down here. Oh, and apparently they can't. These guys haven't been able to access it previously. I think it kind of depends. I think if our clay pit gets an accident, because there's such a high amount of people here, usually the accidents are very big in the clay pit. Because we're employing 102 people there, and I think accidents are kind of like percentage based almost, it seems like. By the way, how is our pottery going over here? Let's check. Yeah, I think there might not be enough homes here. Because I can't remember when these are fully upgraded, which we can actually go ahead and upgrade these as well. Upgrade that. These will get a basement and then more people can be over here, so we need to worry about less sort of housing. So an upgraded large room is 14 people, normally at a base of 10. Smaller rooms, when they're upgraded, are 4 people. And these larger rooms are 7 rather than 5. So overall we would get 2 lots of 14, 3 lots of 4. So 16 there. That's 28. Which is what? 35-ish. 40, I think it's about 50 odd people. 50, 52 maybe. My math is probably a little bit off, but it's around 50 for each of our home setups here. Oh, we now employ 50 in our potteries. As a result, this combined experience will boost performance. Cool. 48. Thank you for the math. So yeah, we have 48 times 3 for our housing. So that's enough for our clay pit and the janitor and the warehouse and probably half of the pottery. So we should probably make another housing, although that's not too far away from these housings. So housing will get shifted around a little bit and these guys will move out, and the closer guys, people will use that. So it shouldn't be too bad actually. I don't think we need that much pottery anyway. Currently anyway. It's mainly furniture production and pottery is. Hey Crom, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. So that'll function now. Oh, one thing we didn't look at is laboratories. So yeah, we're gonna need another laboratory over to the left here. We have one here. We have one here. We've got one over here, which we could get another one over here. And we're also going to be making this location over here another sub sort of division. We don't have one over here. Wait, is that, do we need one over there? Wait, let's select this. Okay, we need a laboratory over here as well. Alright, that's wrong, forgot to carry a 1. So it is 58. Ah, okay. 58 people for 1 upgraded. Do you know how many you get to fit in with a 2nd floor upgrade? Because it doesn't really mention. I'm assuming that it would be kind of similar to the first upgrade. So a large room, which is base 10, upgrade 14. I'm assuming it's just it's the same amount for the upgrade, so it'd be 18 total then for the large rooms. Whatever your basement is, you imagine? Yeah, that's what I would think. It would just take the basement number and add the basement number. So I reckon a laboratory, we have enough space here to fit it in, that would be good. So go ahead and do that. We're also going to want some torches around here too. Torches are good. They like torches. Also technically prevents some amount of crime. You do reduce the space by needing the snare access. Yeah, true, hey? Yeah, I mean that's technically why I guess like a basement level, right, isn't kind of like a 5 on the large house. Because I guess like the space it takes up for the actual like basement sort of stairs or ramp or whatever kind of like takes into account it doing that. Second upgrades are 5, 9 and 18. Same increases. Ah, okay, there we go. Yeah. There you have it. Flower beds. Get some trees in here. Regular player of the game? I would assume so. It seems like quite knowledgeable. This is why we also want some potteries, so we can upgrade our food stalls too. Give it a hydrate. How's our tourism going? Cretonians are friendly but ignorant. No real sights to remember it. But at the laboratory, we're not any better than what we have back in the human village. A well you visited was filthy and run down. Lovely. Tourism seems a little weird. All things like laboratories, but how do you use them? There is no manual or tutorial. When to see a laboratory? Local scientist fool was bragging about how effective and impressive an industry it was. He was wrong. Can't recommend the half I visited. Well, we're getting a little bit of money, I guess, but the ratings are poor. Oh, this one was dreadful. 97? You want your denarii back? No grain farms to be seen here. I don't get that. The tourism is a little weird. Like grain farms, like we got grain for days, so I don't know what they're complaining about. Like we have a lot of grain farms. I was actually upgrading the canal here, so we have a pressure rating of 300 out of total 278 currently. Okay, so pressure is good. Good. Do they need to see it with their eyes? You would think so, that they could see it. Build more? Man, I've already got a lot of grain farms though. Oh yeah, you've been trying it out recently. I have way more hours than you. You reckon you fail a lot. Oh. What race do you mainly play as? I'd like to try out the Garfimi race as a main race. They seem kind of interesting. They love death and destruction, you know. They seem like they would be very like war hungry. Okay, so our knowledge is at 70. So the bathhouse is gonna need 50. The fancy well, we'll get straight away, just 15. So we've got 55 left. So second floors need 60. So we need a total of 110 knowledge to then getting the bathhouse. Species bonuses, an extra 5% on top right now. And then the experience as well. So we're getting a couple boosts. 104 employees. Okay. I think we might need to do another library. If we have a look at our odd jobbers. Which one is it? Labs? There's a thing that I can look at to see actually who is employed. Who is employed where kind of thing. Is it priorities? Pretty sure for our humans we've prioritized. Yeah, humans we are prioritized on labs and libraries. So wait, if we look at it, the 49% are employed in the laboratories and 35% are employed in the library. The Crotonians. So what, Crotonians actually get more fulfillment in the nursery. So we should actually increase the priority for the nursery. Because they get more fulfillment from that. And I believe, yeah, they're the same amount of production. But yeah, our Crotonians are very bad in laboratories and libraries. That's why we want to employ the humans in there, because they have a skill bonus. 25% extra skill in both of those functions. So yeah, that's just a fulfillment bonus there. See, guard posts, that's all equal. Hauling stations, that's pretty much all equal. Loading is all equal. Unloading, janitor. No one gets any fulfillment from what we have. Kind of interesting that there's two of the races get fulfillment from janitorial. Tried a few races, haven't tried them all yet. You like the Dondorians and Tilapia a lot, but they don't work well together. Your last colony went into death spiral with revolts, breaking half the buildings and not being happy quick enough. And you tried to set them to repair, and then you couldn't be bothered trying to save it. Whoa. Was that like a mix? Was that a mixed race city? Yeah, you have to be careful if you try mixed racial cities. I guess particularly if there are races that don't get along together. You have to kind of like separate them more so. Faced your first Argonosh yesterday, and did it suck to take them on? Mixed race starts seemed particularly difficult all in all. Now that it was pure tilapia. Oh, I haven't tried the tilapia. What do they not like then? Or what do they like, I guess, in more retrospect? I know they're like really good archers. I like to have a bunch of meat in storage. Their services seem relatively the same. They don't care about trips. They like graveyards. Do they like? They like executions, judgment. Fair treatment. I don't have any temple boosts. Actually, do we get any temple boosts here? No, we don't. Actually, we could try to look at a temple as well. We could also look at getting a crypt as well, because these guys like crypt. Although loyalty and happiness are 100% here. I guess we should more so focus on the humans to increase their happiness. Tilapia Crazy Archers still sucks to take on Argonosh or the Cantors with 5 sets of metal armor. Ooh, yeah, that seems rough. I think our army is 2 divisions of 50 each with 5 leather and 5 warhammers currently. It's seemed relatively good enough. However, what do we have here? The raiding. So we've killed 2 raiders. And I guess there's a couple of them that are contemplating the next raid on us. There's a couple of them that are pretty hefty, but some are not very hefty either, like 56 soldiers. This is 120, so that's a little bit more than us, you know. 220, I don't think that they would come for us. 112 at 800 power. Like, having a look at these raiding parties, I should probably employ this guy. Okay, I think we've seen this guy because we have his face. So he's introduced them to us. I think we could quite easily take this guy on. It's got 70 soldiers at 188 power. What do we have? They got archers, some leather armor. Ooh, they've got warhammers, horses, and metal armor. That's the same as well. So 10 of those, and then 50 archers. We could probably take them on, I would say. It depends on their experience. 20% experience, 86% training, 26% melee training, next to no experience. Okay, yeah, they're not very trained. Our guys, I believe, are fully trained. Oh no, not fully trained yet. 38 and 35. 88 out of 100% melee training there, and 84 out of 100% training there. So not too bad. We've got a total of 99 deployable for our army. The red text does indicate if they're planning to raid me. Yeah, this part here, right? They're contemplating their raid on us. But I believe for them to raid us, if we go ahead and take a look. I guess I gotta remember all the keybinds. Tab. Which one's the larger map? So where is this guy? Yeah. So our neighbor here, we've only got one neighbor. Is here, and they always have to go through this guy first before they get to us. And we've kind of like been contemplating on like getting rid of this guy, to be honest, because this guy has been a big pain. Like, what's their army at? They've got 46 soldiers. And then I'm not sure of what they've got within their actual settlement. This guy has been pretty annoying because like whenever we've done like trade agreements, they always come back to say, hey, like, you've missed my birthday. We demand some goods and all that sort of stuff. Get rid of him. Auto raid parties would have access to Milo. Yeah, since some are at 800, would not do that yet. Might be good to have a militia training resume. 10% melee training for a large portion of your population does dip into your workforce, but it does make your population happy for having a big percent of population army. Is that in the... There is something like training, right? There's training boosts and stuff. That's archery. I'm not going to go into archery yet because our guys are actually terrible archers. I think Kryptonians are like one of the worst archers. Where are we at? Here, this button, right? Kryptonians. Battle. 0.1 for archery skill. On the other hand, humans are... Oh, they're 0.1 as well. So we have a look at employment. They like going to universities, administration, labs, and libraries. Kryptonians like warehouses. And they like all of the farms. Oh, they're also kind of good with weaving and metalsmithing. Ah. Oh, and the bakery and stuff like that too. Oh, and ration making. Ooh, okay. Cuppa 2 acquired? Hell yeah. Also a melee boost one. Is that what it's called? Is it called melee and not training? I keep hitting escape, but right click is to close things. No, not melee. Let's see. Militia. Soldiering. Is this what it is? Soldiering. I can just take elevate your drill sergeant's abilities to turn out good troops in short order. So this speeds up the training. And then we have drilling, which increases the morale. And then we've got attack techniques, increases offense, so more powerful. And there's deterrence here, which is raid security. So this one would, I guess, prevent raids. Defense techniques, so that increases defense, makes people a bit more tanky. We have here improved laboratory. I wonder how effective improving the lab is. For 50 knowledge, how much extra benefit would you get in terms of technologies? Improved lab costs 148 metal, which we could easily fund. We have 2,000 metal. But in terms of that, we kind of want to focus more on the knowledge aspect. In which case I need more knowledge so I can go ahead and get fancy wells, which we got. Organization allows us to build more powerful regional centers and exert more control over our dominion. I don't know any of these things. Not too sure what they end up doing. Skilled workforce. I think the Empire stuff is, I think, when you start actually like taking over cities and stuff like that. Because then you use those, the Empire, to like control them. 50% per upgrade. An extra 50% boost. I guess if we looked at all of our labs, so what? We're producing 380, so that would be extra 160 on top of that. For 50 knowledge points, that's pretty significant. And what do you need here? You need 100 knowledge for an advanced library upgrade, which I guess would be a 50% as well. Should be 100 technically. Wait, so I guess, I mean, the more people you have employed, the better the upgrade obviously is. But 100 here would essentially give us kind of a neutral upgrade. We would need government libraries first. Which is obviously... No, we have that for, don't we? Oh yeah, we do have it. We just need the cost, yeah. When you capture one city, you also lose that atrocious modifier on your raid safety. So lose that atrocious modifier on your raid safety. Wait, where can I find that? Raiding. Our raid security. Let's see. Titles, events, reputation. I guess our reputation goes down. Attack route, surprise. Capital is surrounded by regions where raiders can sneak in and surprise attack users. Makes them take more risk, and as a result, they perceive your deterrent power as low. Our defense is 75. The power of forces defending your city. This deters your raiders. Garrison plus 300. Additional armies encamped near your city. Armies encamped in your realm. Possible surprise attack. Minus 225. Potential ransom a raider sees fit to extort you with based on population and credits and lowered by raid security. Surprise attack route. So if I want to prevent raiders, having a garrison would kind of eliminate that, because the defense would... No, a garrison is inside our city. Additional armies encamped near your city. I wonder how much additional benefit we would get if we had that near our city. Yeah, trained soldiers are garrisoned, yeah. That's the one thing I haven't really like investigated a lot, is the kind of like empire aspect and actually sending out like an army and stuff like that. You can also like recruit armies here as well, because they want clothing and they want rations to be supplied. When raiding an army will plunder the region they are in, gain resources and slaves. Of course, it will not be appreciated by the owner. Disband. Stop. Hiring mercenaries is instant, and they equip, feed, and replenish themselves. They cost credits to hire and require credits in upkeep. Have your city troops join this army. Recruit. Recruit the local soldiers. These use up the conscripts pool of your realm, and once trained, they will need to be supplied with resources from your capital through the military supply depot. No conscripts are available. Keep failing when you try to get to Empire? So we could like confirm this. And does this tell us how much we need to be supplied? So we have a lot of days of supply for clothing. We don't have any of the Kiva, but it is not technically needed. Equipment lever should be fine. Warhammer should be fine. Ration supplies, we should be fine as well. This is an essential supply for the affected soldiers, and low stocks will lead to 100% poorer health and desertion. Each soldier of this supply consumes 8 items per year. Low stocks will lead to 50% poorer health and desertion. Each soldier of this supply consumes 0.5 items per year. Once at least 1 item's stored. So we can intercept, or we can besiege. Moving armies do not replenish or muster new men. So this dude's army is here. So Warhammers. So their health, their morale, reputation, global, base value, their power amount, their supply. Campaigning armies require supplies to function. Some are essential, while others only provide morale boosts. So there's a specific stored amount, but then we go back to here, the army supply depot, and if needed, this will go ahead and pick up supplies and sends off a shipment using livestock. So livestock is used up for every 10th trip. That's not too bad, it seems, but I guess it kind of depends on how much they send. Deliveries underway, 55. Stored minimum max daily consumption, less than half. Rations daily consumption, minus 24 and a half. How many rations do we have? We have a lot of rations. So the supplies, so we're still actually overproducing anyway, even if we're just supplying an army. Leather armor as well is oversupplying. What else do they take? They take clothes too, right? So overproducing that, they don't take too many clothes. But then yeah, these other things, they would consume piva if we had it. And these other things, if we were, if the army had like a need for those resources as well. So they don't even use that many warhammers either. Okay. So let's see. So we lost part of the garrison because there's less people in, obviously. But we have additional armies encamped near your city and armies encamped in your realm. So those two things are the same amount, but our now possible surprise attack is minus 198 compared to the minus 225 it was before. So we're still potential surprise attack route, but it did increase our defense by a small amount by having the army, an army located out of the city. It's just a case of those guys are no longer in the city. And now we're kind of like having to supply them for a little bit of maintenance costs. I don't know, is it worth it? Doesn't seem that big of a benefit from 75 defense to 86. It's not that crazy of a benefit. When's our next upgrade? 20 level, I guess, technically. 2200 population. We're at nearly 1800. That would give us 50 knowledge and 50 innovation. So this would be like 400 more people to get 50 knowledge. That would kind of like pay for the upgrade of itself, of like second floors and stuff like that. Could help. That's 400 extra people. I don't need 400 people to like employ another library for knowledge. At home they eat and use clothes too, but I suppose they're currently not training to 100% training. Yeah, that's another thing, right? I guess as well. So this here, this division was recalled in order to be edited. Can I see? There's 49 fully trained, I guess. That's not too bad. 49 trained. You know. This one here is 89 out of our 100%, 35 trained, fully trained. I guess we'll keep them out for now. So these guys here, they're fortified. I don't know what that means. "46 people there. They have power of 91. What do we have? We have 49 people. We have 95 power. We're at 108% fortified. I guess what fortified means morale. Okay, so that is morale essentially. So those guys are, I guess, in high morale perhaps, right? Encamped and receiving supplies. Okay. Have your city troops join this army. Let's see, mercenaries. Initial cost and then a decent upkeep cost. 150 guys there, 195 guys there. And then obviously recruiting, but we can't recruit. Catapults. Days of supply. Minus 330. That's weird. Other received supplies whilst on the move. Ah, okay. Upkeepers per day, so that's rather hefty, but totally worth it to hire and disband to take the bounty of a raider. Nobility pass. It is a sad day. Sparbar Battery and Mannix. Master of the Bakeries passed today. We can now assign a new nobleman to this cause. 07 to the Master of Bakeries. Cool. Oh, and we had an accident. An accident has occurred. 3 subjects were injured and Wesley Hospital. There were 4 deaths. Where was this? No! that's why he passed away. There was an accident in the bakery. Rip. By the way, we have a lot of bread. I mean, we can make tons of bread. We're kind of limiting the amount of bread we make because otherwise there's a decent amount of decay and it would just like kind of be lost on us. Mind you, we did get these up and running, right? So I need to set these up. So we are selling excess tools. We have this set to... Let's see, that is the priority limit. When an export depot has priority fetch enabled, it will fetch from storage sites that does not have priority fetch enabled, but only if total goods stored in a warehouse exceeds this limit. Export workers will only priority fetch when at least 100% of warehouse crates are filled. So 3681 items stored. Cut stone is similar, wood is similar, and the clothing is similar. We're not really going to reach the max amount of that, I guess, with bread, but then if I set bread, they're always going to technically produce bread and continue using our grain, and technically I want to keep grain high because the grain decay rate is much lower than the bread decay rate, so it's better to keep excess stock of grain than just turn all the grain into bread, because you're going to lose a lot more bread per year than grain. So I don't think I want to like auto export bread. I'm kind of keeping like the bread production capped in the warehouse because they're gonna be able to make a lot of bread in stockpile with a very high production rate. The only thing I guess it doesn't take into account is amount of days food stored. Although we have a lot of rations here. Rations decay very slow as well. So we're turning all of our fish and all of our meat into rations with the herbs. That's what we've been doing. So we have two ration makers here, and they've been doing a pretty good job, I think. Because yeah, all of the pasture meat has been kind of getting turned. Though we could probably, oh yeah, we've got that fully employed. We can upgrade them with some pottery. Once again, the pottery is kind of interesting. I don't know. We should be producing a lot of pottery, but I don't know where it's all going. I guess they're still picking it up with the furniture. Let's see. Access. Pottery. How do I see how much they've kind of grabbed already? Housing, right? Pottery. Okay, so they still need like another 1,000 pieces of pottery to be fully furnished on that part. 0.25 per item per year. Estimated 533 in total per year, that is. A year is what, 15 days? 16 days? and daily we produce 40, well I guess 80. Average production is always set to 0. Weirdly enough. They are fully employed though, so that's good. Unfortunately, our guys aren't very efficient working in them, but we do have some tools to improve their efficiency. And the experience helps too, a little bit. Commute and hauling, so there's a little bit of inefficiencies as well, due to the distance that they have to go. Although they should just be dropping off pottery into here, and they shouldn't have to have far to go to get clay. You like using rations as a storage of days of food, even when disallowing the eating of them? Yeah, because some guys like, is it on? I always get mixed up where the part is. Ration. Here we go. So these guys like to have a storage of rations. To reach max fulfillment, value needs to be 2000. We're at 361%. So we need a lot of rations to be stored for that to increase. And the humans like to have gems in the warehouse. Speaking of gems, we are getting a little bit more than needed for the maintenance, so that's fine. A prowess, success on the battlefield. Kryptonians don't really care for that. They do like army. The amount of soldiers. Maybe we should make another, like we have a lot of odd jobbers. I think maybe getting another army and then another training grounds would probably be ideal, I reckon. This is at, hold on, this is at 44 people. I should really make this to be 50 because I'm doing a division of 50 people all the time. Well, I guess I could do a divisions of 40, that would work too. If I put it up here, is it going to be close to service? Nah, I might do another library here. Let's do that. Even if we're not going to like use it straight away. And then our training grounds we can push up. Let's see. Okay, our laboratory. Why are there red parts there? What do you mean they can't access that? Okay, those aren't any homes, so that's fine. I think all of the housing is within range of everything. That should be good. Unarmed, okay, barely trained, and 10% divisions still count as an army. So what happens when you get raided or whatever? Can you select which army you like defend? Supply issues. Some armies are low on crucial supplies. This can be due to supplies being cut off from your capital, poor production, or supply depot problems. There shouldn't be any supply depot problems because this has fetch and priority enabled. So I should be getting like leather armor from here. And rations as well. Yeah. There shouldn't be any problems. All armies will take the field, but you can just let the unarmed guys stay back. Ah, okay. Oh, I don't know why it's saying... Oh, maybe it's because of the equipment. They need more warhammers. And maybe because of the piver. Greenhorn and Kung Fu divisions can still do damage as we rarely lose men. Yeah. Makes sense. So I think they're just complaining because they don't have warhammers. But there's shipments on the way, so they should be like sending those warhammers to them. Yeah. There's currently deliveries underway, 102 warhammers for them. So the supply issue should eventually go away. Someone died in a brawl. I was a starving child. I think what I might do, supplies are low. Some supplies haven't been delivered to our army, affecting health. Low health will stop training of new recruits and cause deaths and desertion. Fill up our military depots and fortify the army immediately. Affect the army, everyone. What do you mean, man? I don't get it. It's fully stocked. And it's not saying that they need the piver or piva or whatever it is. Is it because of the warhammers? I guess it's because of the warhammers. You know what? They can return home. Which location is the home? Ah, click on them. Disband. Disband. Right, now I'll stop complaining. And that's stepping a stool towards actually equipping a trained army. Sending out random people. Oh, that lowered our garrison by quite a lot. Wait, did we just lose these guys? Wait, whereabouts are they? Division is returning home to our capital. Ah, they're arriving one day. Okay, right. Fair enough. They take a while, even though they were like literally right there. Weird. Okay. Maybe we just train some more guys. It's probably a bit easier. So in that case, I'm gonna get two of these up and running. By the way, do I need a janitor over here? Perhaps might be time to employ another janitor station. And in saying that, I should then probably put down a another small warehouse, I guess. Although this warehouse is kind of close-ish. But it's nothing like, you know, this distance here. Now guys are really happy. I might just lower the amount of pottery they take. I know that they're gonna like complain, hey, where's our pottery? But I just want to see if like we actually start getting a stockpile of pottery. Because I've just been taking it all for the furniture and there hasn't been any available in the janitors to actually repair. Same with gems. We don't. That's tools. Okay, let's get another one of these. We'll put it over here. And we'll set this one to be gems, so we specifically haul over some gems for these guys. Okay. Deselect. So gems. And what have we got here? I believe it's warehouse 6. Which is over here. Yes, warehouse 6. And set this to be, freely pull. We don't care about storing any gems over here, that's fine. And our gem mine, let's get, because we have a lot of people available, let's just fill that up. Okay. Yeah, they're producing that and making those. How has this not been complete? There's just a couple things to finish off in there. There we go. Okay. Right. So the odd jobbers are all gonna like come and get employed into here. I think even with this library getting employed, we should still have enough odd jobbers available to fill up a couple extra armies. Alright, that's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to turn off this. So we'll turn that off the nursery. Our lever is about equal. So I should probably get some more pastures going. Maybe on this side. But I should make a like a path or a bridge or something for here. Let's see. I should probably do that. 11.5. That's okay. There was a brawl. 2 people died in a brawl. How's our law then? 50 odd? Oh, another accident. The stone mine. Lovely. Wow. Let's see. Who's in here? He was a jailer. What did this do? He was a vandal. Okay. He was a flasher. This guy was a vandal. This guy was a vandal. Tending the prisoners. There's no prisoners there. Do we have any prisoners in here? No. And no. No, we have one. Vandalism. Theft. So these guys are just all vandals. Or flashing, yeah, or that. I don't think that doesn't matter too much because I read one. There was one guy who was constantly flashing, and it mentioned that the guy, it was a human, and he didn't like violence. So I was like, well, you don't like violence and you don't want to fight anyone, so look, if you're gonna do anything, then that's fine or whatever, you know. Right, so let's go ahead and create, and we're gonna edit 50 fully train leather and warhammers. Because we're stockpiling a decent amount of warhammers and leather armor. This will be 76 days to fully train. Okay. So we got 16, 19, got 40 in there. Right, and then we can go ahead and we can upgrade. Oh yeah, already. Upgrade one, okay, cool. If we do get some machinery, we can make it better, but it requires the mechanic, which requires metal, furniture, and stone. Maybe getting the mechanic up would be good. Let's see. Mechanic. Cost 25 innovation. Sure. Okay. Probably over here where our metal is getting produced is going to be the best location for that. If we have a look at a blueprint first up, let's see. I think this can be swapped over to mechanic, yes, okay. Now this is where I'm going to have more homes and things, so I think we can probably go down here. And you know what, we'll start actually turning this area into fully cobblestone with facilities and more housing and stuff like that. These are upgraded, okay. Let's see, copy area. Copy all that. Okay. I'm gonna figure out something there with the mountain. I think if I dig into the mountain. Dig that way. I dig all of it. I might need to rechange it out to make sure there's no insulation issues. Get one of those. And get one of these. Market and... oh, wait. Market and food store. Yep. There's a well. That's fine. Shrine. That's good. Right, we should also get some torches. Dude, it's crazy how many torches you need just to like light up the zones to make everyone happy. And you can even like end up upgrading the torches too, which is even more crazy. These are just level 1 torches. I think that I hydrate. I'm out of coffee, so we're on to water. So we're gonna have to see how much metal the mechanic here uses and decide if we need then another metal smelter. What are you trying to poison me? Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I have some cordial in it actually, so it's actually it's fruit cup flavored. You had the word before from you, but you wouldn't know how to type it. Cordial. It's typed like this. Lemonade? Kind of. Yeah. Gonna get some flower beds in and around amongst this stuff. Oh, slave has arrived. No, we don't want any slaves. That's fine. Take them away. Okay, that's those, and we'll get some trees. That is acceptable. What is me enjoying some cordial? Thank you. Not gonna lie, I haven't had cordial in eons. A very, very long time. By the way, this is gonna use a lot of stone. I might actually increase the amount of guys we have over here. Cause boom. Damn. Alright, let's speed everyone up. Do. Lemonade is acceptable, straight up water is not. No, I think water is fine. I think if your water, like, so water doesn't have a taste, right? The reason water has a taste is because of the minerals and stuff in it. So I think if you don't like your water, then like adding a lemon into it, then that's perfectly fine, you know. Yes, it's to do with the minerals and stuff. Minerals and temperature. For my water is good. I have rainwater, so if I were to like drink, you know, river water or something like that in here, then yeah, nah, that's definitely got a taste to it, you know. So we got our second floor upgrade, which is more furniture and cut stone as well. That would increase the maintenance costs, but it would allow us to get more people within the city, within the sort of localized areas. So it would kind of help. One thing I actually haven't had a look at is actually the noise. So actually, I think there's a little bit of noise pollution here, but we have Cretonians being employed here. Cretonians don't care about noise, so that's fine. That's a hospital, that's fine. Once again, Cretonians over here. And well, there might be some noise bleeding over into here, but we have Cretonians over here because I think they work well in the metal smelter anyway. Noble promotions. True. We can actually promote some of our nobles and they'll start to produce even more. Now, because we employ a lot of clay, a lot of people in our clay pit, we have promoted the clay pit. So it's kind of like a case of like whoever you employ the most, I guess, is kind of like best for its sort of efficiency. I guess the next thing would be, actually we can have a look at workforce. We're employing 99 people in warehouses. So 102 in the clay bits, 65 in the woodcutters, 154 in carpentry. $36 in our grain farms, 40 in our pastures. Maybe increasing the pastures would be good. Also, the carpentry would be really big too, with 154 people. So we'll make you. We'll promote that to get our carpentry a little better. Oh, there we go. That's massively increased the production of that actually. Subsequently, it's lowered the wood cutting though, so we'll also upgrade the wood cutters. Because we've also got a couple wood cutters going. We've got this one over here, which we can upgrade if we get an advanced wood cutter. Also, I think if we get tools for the wood cutters as well. Ah yes, we can employ more people over here too. This one's relatively large, so let's try to balance this one out. Appreciate the lurk. Dude, our woodcutters, sorry, our carpenter, just for turning the wood into the furniture is using so much wood. Never realized how much you actually like need to like balance your productions overall. Oh, by the way, our pottery now has actually finally built up. Now that's because we've dropped the complete furniture sort of from it. So actually if we have a look at our housing and pottery, they no longer have a current target for it. So they're not really like stealing all of the pottery. So has that actually made these guys... Okay, unavailable stone and a gem. Oh, really? This guy should be picking up the gems. And stone, I guess, makes sense because they're making a lot of road and stuff like that, and they're using all the stone. Maybe we'll go to 51. They'll also get a production increase because there's over 50 workers in there. We have tools being used here too. Tech required refined taste. So we could upgrade our food stores now as well. Since we're making a lot of furniture, and we're now actually producing a decent amount of pottery as well. So we can upgrade these, and that'll make everyone a little bit more happy. We have upgraded food stores. Half. We got the fancy well upgrade as well. So this is cut stone, regular stone, and clay. That requires a fancy well tech. So we can also go ahead and get those as well as soon as we've got some stone in the stockpile. Right, let's speed the game up. Mild weather. The weather has been unusually pleasant for some time. The trade tolls have decreased due to the ease of travel and your subjects are happier. We get a boost in happiness and a boost to the proximity. So less tolls. Technically we would be able to get more from trading, but we're not necessarily trading things as such at the moment. Let's go to 1500 for that. Population of 1800. Yeah, I think we need maybe some more pastures to keep up with the amount of leather we use. Which is why we did build this pathway over here actually, so... How big can we make it? Make it that big. 19 workers. Okay, let's... Okay, so that's max dimension that way. It's like you need to move the road then. No, I got a road coming through here, so that's fine. It's not interfering with the two locations. This road here doesn't really matter, like, because we already blocked it off, right? And we got this one down here that they utilize a lot, because that's our main path, as you can see. There's kind of like no reason for them to use this natural road that was in the starting area when we first came in. Okay, so I can't get that much. Okay, I reckon there's 20 workers. I think that'll be it. Gate down here. Moo. Alright, there we go. It's a massive pasture. That's fine. So we should also then, as well, finish off this road too. So we go ahead, we go with a line. And we'll have them come down. Like this, I reckon. Oh, have they been going over here? Okay, they're getting the homes built now. So I might need to make... Let's see. I have a limit on the amount of resources we have here. Perhaps I could change this one over here, 12 crates. Like, we are technically storing 6k stone, but we're never gonna really have that much stone stockpiled. So I could utilize this warehouse for things that will, like the market and the food stall will require, perhaps. Also, let's have a look at the janitor. Okay, it might start just getting out of range, but we'll just monitor that as time passes. Let's have a look at our defense now. 316 in our garrison. Okay. And no way this dude would come along here, what the hell? Some of these people, whoa. I think it would be very unlikely that they would raid us. Those are really, really big people. Surely the game wouldn't be that cruel. How big were their armies? 360 soldiers. Imagine that. Jeez. Famous last words? I know. Game, you heard him? He wants a massive raid. No. We'd have to pay them off. The first line of numbers in the town's total. The second line is the average person in town. Production, consumption, and some values. Assume the world average price for all items. Net trade uses the consumption and production values per resource. And it assumes you sell your excess resources and buy any resources you don't regularly make using your currently available trade partner prices. So I would technically have a net trade if I were to be selling what I produce extra and buying in what I need. So technically we are above rich. We're not poor, I guess. We're not in debt. Would be more accurate. Okay, and the mechanic is up and running now. That takes furniture and it takes metal. So now we need more metal because we're using more than we are producing. So that means we need another metal smelter, which would mean that we're going to probably have to up the amount of coal we make and which one's the other one? Ore should be okay, I think. But with this, let's go ahead and, you know what, I might put one over on this side. Yeah. Put it up here. They do be taking their time to build all this, but that's because they gotta take wood like a very, very long far away. How are we going over here anyway? So we made this warehouse woodcutter setup because we were kind of running out of efficient sort of room down here. And I needed like localized wood production as well as our carpenters over here. So I decided to like kind of like end up making some carpentry over here as well as producing wood next to it. So it eliminates sort of moving a lot of resources. We've still got decent hauling and commute times here though. This here is not storing furniture, so that could be the trouble with the sort of commute and hauling. So I think if we adjust this and we go ahead and actually, this has a lot of crates actually, so let's add some furniture. There we go. So I guess that way a furniture created localized in this carpenter will go over to this warehouse instead, I guess, of like these individuals over here in this warehouse. Instead of them coming over and grabbing this. Let's decrease that one bit so it's not within view like that. Cool. Is cordial like syrup, by the way? Yeah, it's kind of like a syrup, I would say. Yeah, a concentrate. Usually, like with fruit juice and sugar, essentially. Maintenance costs. So just with denarii, it's a pretty big cost just based on denarii, I guess. We're producing literally everything here, so it's not actually technically costing us. Value. Don't know what I would mean by value. So all of our roads are taking 45 stone. All the flower beds are taking 18 stone. Unreal. That's crazy how much like flower beds cost in terms of maintenance, I guess. Not producing this, there's nothing of value to produce with that, mate. Hey Ray, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. This game looks really cool. It's a little overwhelming / complicated when you first look at it, but when you like really kind of think about it, it kind of like becomes like relatively easy-ish to understand. One thing I kind of want to get rid of is all of our Amivius guys and the Garfimis, the slaves that we have. Kind of don't care for them. We're not really utilizing them. I think maybe like we're utilizing the guys in the fishery, I think. I can't remember if there's a button to like view who's actually working inside it. Ah, inspect. Oh no. They are all Kryptonians. Wait, how many do I have then? I had 13 Amivius. Because they're good in, I believe, they are good in the fisheries. Yeah, they have the best skill in the fisheries. So actually, we should set the work priority for a slave Amivius in, there's 69% in the tailorer and 31% of the population in the smithy. They're not really either good or bad in there. Interesting. Clay pit. They have they have 20% skill in the clay pit. Fishery. Boost that up. Okay. Good at clay, so they might be there, yeah. So they're good with clay and fish. So we'll just increase their fish production. So I guess technically producing more fish will be good for our rations. And I guess if we have a look at the clay, 20% skill compared to regular, 100% skill with Kryptonians, and humans have 100%. Oh, they actually get fulfillment when they work in the clay pit. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of one good thing. If you can manage like a multi-race city, you can have specific races like doing what they are really good at, and then it makes your city more efficient. resources have been selected. Pulling from warehouse 7. Should be pulling coal, bringing coal over to here. No resources have been selected though. What do you mean no resources have been selected? Now it seems to be working. That was a bit weird. For the priority though, I do want to keep some coal in here. So I might say keep 20%. So only pull when the resource storage exceeds 240 within here. Because I want to keep some coal in here so we can keep the metal smelter going. And the smithy going as well. Right, how's our health going, by the way? Let's see. We have quite a few people infected. What are they infected with? Just being sick. What are you being sick with? You're just sick. More soldiers to defend our settlement. I mean, we're working on that. We need a grand structure equal to the strength of our faith for honoring Creator. Some trees along our road would be nice. Hold on, I got some trees. Like, what you mean? Let's see. Environment. Okay, torch fulfillment is pretty good. Tree fulfillment is at 7%. Max fulfillment is at 12%, so it's over half. Flower bed is similar. I don't know why they would be complaining about wanting more of that. Right. Now that we've got a stockpile of that stone, let's go ahead and upgrade all our wells. Upgrade them all. Wait. I can hit keybind E to swap. There we go. Cool. Oh, they look kind of fancy. They've got like a sprinkler on them. Now, I don't think that would be affected straight away, but what is it? Service. The well upgrade percent will increase from 33. I guess it should go to 66% eventually. So that then the total amount of fulfillment from wells will be much higher. Actually, their loyalty and happiness is complete right now. But I think right now, what did we have? We had a boon previously. Yeah, we had a happiness boon. So how's our food? Yeah, our food's fine. Oh, we now employ 50 people in our pastures. Nice. Cool. Okay, so now we have a workforce deficit. So I guess getting a couple more people would be good. We did build a couple more homes. One thing I'm worried about is the home location for sort of these pastures. But I don't think it doesn't matter too much. So long as the daily tending reaches the max or over the daily tending amount, it's fine. Oh, drought, the gods have forsaken us, and the rains have stopped. If this keeps up, it would devastate our crops. Everyone now must pray. That's not really gonna affect us because we've got canals supplying enough water for pretty much everything. Over here and stuff like that. This is technically a little bit inefficient. Ideally having it going in the middle would be ideal. But that's okay. Droughts don't really affect us. So this will help get us a bit more lever to compensate for the hunter being a little bit RNG. Since it is a little bit luck based. Okay, let's have a look. Knowledge. So, bathhouse. Go ahead and get us a much more luxurious bathing experience with less reliance on good weather. Unlock. Now, the bathhouse. There's a basin and there's benches. Okay. How big does this go? Pretty big. Okay. Benches, that's as big as it goes. I'm pretty sure this needs like access to the canal system as well. So that would be 10 people can come in. And this adds relaxation. Okay, right. So we've got to figure out where we want to have a bathhouse. We could expand the canal up here. Or, how's our opiates? Technically, I guess our hospitals are using slightly less than the opiates. That's fine. Droughts are temporary anyways, so unless your farms are balanced, it doesn't really harm anyone. Yeah. I reckon we put it over here. But it's not really like centralized, you know, it's not located kind of centrally. But then again, centrally there's not really much room. I didn't really plan ahead to have a bathhouse. We could maybe remove the army supply depot and fit something in here. Or actually we could get rid of the nursery as well. Relocate the nursery. Okay. Ready. More bread. Do you have a stream in case you don't make it back? I'm gonna do some IRL stuff. Thank you, Crom. Appreciate the like. Good luck with your IRL things. So let's relocate to that. Thank you as well, JMO. Let's delete this. Delete this. And deconstruct. Dismantle. Okay. Bathhouse. I guess like we can do it like that. Now I just gotta figure out like what's the best way to make this. So obviously they need access to each location. Maybe something like that. And then benches. You can expand it on the left here. Although then this has... we would need like supports in the middle here. Area is not connected to an item is connected to part of the room. So they need to be within the middle. It looks like we only need one bench, perhaps. But it's super awkward to like fit in. 40% with 15 for that. So we don't need a very big bench, it seems. Unless we have a lot of basins down. No accident. In the training grounds, oh that's even worse. Oh no. Hopefully no relatively high trained soldiers got killed. Okay, I think we're gonna use this. Like so.
Good eye.
Can't really expand it that way because that will increase the maintenance cost due to instability. And we can't even fit this in here. Oh man, this is awkward. Wait, we can fit this one in here though. %, relaxation. We need to get this to 100%. Super awkward. Hey Flux, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Can't really expand it to one more over because of this building's in the way. I can expand it this way, but doing so is going to probably incur some... Oh, nah, that should actually work. Okay, so we throw that in there. back to back like that is the same size blueprint as that. 60. This here is 80, that's 60. Oh, we can fit that in there. And that in there. Okay. And get rid of that. Alright, that'll work. Make it out of wood. We have some doorways. That's too many doorways. Okay, there we go. Right. Like that. Now I do need to actually dismantle with that and that. And then stick. There we go. Fix the roads up. Get some more immigrants in. Fill out the jobs that were available. Okay. How are we going over here? Food store can be upgraded. Now this needs a bunch of materials and stuff, right? So I feel like it probably means I should change this warehouse so it pulls specific resources over. So mainly the market kind of needs a generalized thing of everything, but it seems like it can function and get pretty good resources. The food stall basically rations and bread. We'll disallow the other things. We'll just do bread actually. And over here we can say, hey, collect a bit of bread. And here we'll go, hey, pull resource bread from here. So this one, don't do that, just do the bread. And the pull limit will say, hey, try to keep 20% of bread in here. So it's only going to pull bread if there's 240 or more bread in this warehouse over to this warehouse here. So then the food store here can pick up the bread and keep these guys happy and fed when they're working over here. Okay. There are no stations that can accept the selected resource. Hold on, there should be. Delivering stuff. Is that because it's full? It is because it's full. Okay. Right. That kind of makes sense. Let's see then. Coal. producing a little bit more than necessary for coal. Good. Or we're producing more for... Okay, cool. And so metal, how's metal now? We're producing more metal now. Good. Which means we should actually adjust... I guess down here we'll have to throw it into here. Let's go ahead and we'll add in machinery. And then over here we'll add in a crate of machinery. Or a couple crates. There we go. Right. Reducing machinery. We should probably say to store furniture as well. And we should probably pull furniture from here. So furniture. Pull them out, keep, I don't know, 10 in there, actually. No, you don't need to keep any amount of furniture in here, I don't think. That's fine. Fries for lunch? Ooh. We don't call them fries here, we call them chips. And you put chicken salt on chips, and my god. It is the best thing ever. Chips of having with fish. Yeah, you can have chicken salt with your fish and chips. Now you can have chips by yourself. By itself, like what you mean? You don't need to specifically just have it with fish. Don't get me wrong, it goes well with fish. That's for sure. How's this going? 89% installation, 100%, 100%. I think this needs the mountain to be dug. So there's dig into mountain, and then I think there's another thing like fill. No, there's another thing there where you can like roll, dig. Refill mountain. Okay, so we refill that one, and I think that should restore the insulation for that. Now, there's bathhouse here. So it takes coal. Weird, they should be grabbing coal from here, so that's relatively close. Available services. None available. Current heating of the basins. Make sure coal is nearby. So I'm just gonna get clean and relax. Does the bathhouse actually need a moat, a canal, to get water? Doesn't seem like it. I guess not. I guess the people here are just kind of like firing coal, I guess. You have heard of chicken salt, but you don't think we have that here. Yeah, it's like an Australian thing, you know? We should auto-employ this. %36%. Oh, 12%. That's a bit weird. You heard it from Uji? Classic. Yeah. Any Australian worth their salt knows about chicken salt. And would say that it is amazing. Don't look at me like that. What the hell? How's that fabric? Ooh. Maybe another weaver we're gonna need. How's our clothes? Clothes is okay. So we were able to equip all of our plebeians with 2 pieces of clothes. Thanks, Dad, for the joke. You're welcome, son. Okay, woodcutters is good. We can now drop the amount of stone people we have if we wanted to. Coal, we're gonna need more people in the coal mine, so we will increase that and we'll decrease this. Clay, okay, we can drop the amount of people we have in the clay. Decent amount. Because we've actually got huge amounts of stockpile for clay. Pottery is going pretty strong as well, nearly up to 2k of that. Looks like we might need some more cut stone soon. Masonry produces 15, with a little bit of production capacity over that. Almost as bad when you manage to convince someone a Tim Tams lamb is smashing Tim Tams and drinking tea. Suddenly you hear desk slams 2 rooms over. Wait, who was slamming their desk? Person was slamming Tim Tams on the desk to mush and drinking tea. What? Was this a work colleague? Wait, how did you convince them? Not gonna lie. Well, hold on. I was saying my piece after I knew who it was. Don't want to be calling anyone an idiot when it's like, yeah, it was my mum or something, you know. But if it was your mum, then it's kind of funny if you know, trick your mum into being an idiot. Yeah, it was. I had an Aussie friend obviously instantly jump in on the joke. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Wait, hold on. Was it your mum? Oh, wait, hold on. Or a work colleague? Work colleague or your mum you tricked? But that's actually hilarious how like instantly, you know, an Australian joins in on the joke. It was a work colleague? Nice. So anyway, your work colleague's fucking stupid. Good on you for tricking him though. Now, I can't believe like surely like they drink tea, so surely they've had like a biscuit with their tea before, you know? So surely you would think like, oh yeah, like, you know, you dip your biscuit into the tea. So would you not like do the same thing with a Tim Tam? Saw a shot where a Tim Tam was used as a straw to drink a hot liquid, and that was called a Tim Tam Slam. Yep, that's what it is. And it's amazing. Oh, here's our speakers actually. Actually upgrade speakers. Ooh, we might need another one over there. It realistically doesn't matter if you need a backup for a bit. This is the go-to. They are instantly in on it, no question asked. Yeah. We love a good joke. Even if the joke is to the detriment of others. All in good jest, you know? Ooh. There's no speakering over there. It's a little awkward. Maybe here. Next to the well. Yeah, so this one has a little like roof over it. But these ones have a little sprinkler going. So I guess it depends on the size of it, because I think this was a smaller well and this one was the largest well. It's kind of interesting. So the big wells is what I normally use. It gives us the biggest range and the more available people can go to it. There are 15 haulers employed for this one here. That is quite a lot. What do we have here? We have haulers employed for coal. But I mean, granted, bread is the go-to. Unavailable grain. Why is grain unavailable? Let's see. So here we've got no grain stored there. Oh. What's this dude want? Authority be praised, my dear lord. I've been instructed to convey this message here from a certain... Ah, right. A raider. Paradabali, Black Eye. Quote, give me my stuff, you ugly, terrible person. I'll come over there and make a hat out of your genitals. Huh. That is all. There's a list of his demands here. If you're giving me the items, I can deliver them for you. If you don't pay this ransom, chances are neighbor allow them for free passage through their lands or gets attacked themselves. They want denarii, they want a lot of herbs, and a lot of leather armor. So they are Paradabali Black Eye. Who is that? This person. Holy, 120 soldiers with a power of 419. They've got...
Good day.
Is that like falchions or whatever the hell it is? 30 guys there. With, wait, how much training? 100% melee training. Ooh. These guys aren't very good. These guys aren't very good. These guys aren't very good. Just a lot of fodder, and then a small group of very trained people. Okay. They are worth a lot, but yeah, their power level is pretty high compared to kind of what I have. How's my guys going? Nearly 100% trained, kind of close to 100% trained, not very trained. Yeah, what are they? They're flanks, whatever they are. A long double-handed blade that causes lots of slash damage. That's what those are. They're kind of similar-esque to a spear, but instead of piercing damage, they are slashing damage, I guess. Leather armor is good against them, but plate armor would be better. I don't know, eh? Very small amount of denarii, that's okay. A lot of herbs. It's mainly the leather armor, which is like also the big expense because it takes me forever to make leather armor. Herbs too. Man, they want 2 materials that take absolutely forever for me to create. But it's a very powerful force. And we could request assistance, but this dude absolutely sucks with their force. Like if we look at that one's got a 91 power force there on their army. 46 units there. I don't even know why they have their army like outside my base. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna pay that. Thanks for the stuff. Praise be. Leave us alone. I need to like, I don't know, I need to get more people trained. Maybe up to 200 soldiers. Let's have a look. How's our rating? Our defense needs to be increased. Possible surprise attack, -291. Do you need like a lot of people to be trained? In like conjunction with how many people we have, I guess. Speaking of people, grain, we are producing more grain than the bakeries are consuming. But is that because the bakeries are complaining about how much grain they have? So this is pulling from here, but there's no grain in there. This here is getting grain because this over here is pulling from here. Oh wait, so grain pulling from warehouse 4. Maybe remove that. Pull from warehouse 4. And the limit we don't care about. That is being prepared. Now it's night time, so people aren't working. Because yeah, there's a lot of grain here. Maybe, I guess, like, I can also go ahead and say... Wait, which warehouse is it? Warehouse 7. That one was stone. How much stone does this even have? A little bit. One unloading station, that's fine. Pulling hauler, that's cut stone. Okay. This one, that's pottery. Prioritized vegging allows workers to fetch from all other storage rooms that are not prioritized within their radius. That's not what I want. I guess we just have this loading station continue functioning. Oh, they got another harvest. Maybe we need another loading station. Perhaps that's the key. Next preparation have been performed. There are not something. Clay, coal, grain. Because they can store quite a bit of grain here. Actually, quite a bit of clay too. How many crates? 800 capacity for there. 3.2, 1.6. Let's increase that. Having another loading station here, so that way we can get 2 going. Hello, Xenexu. Hello, hello. Wide open. I don't know how I would be wide open. We can't, because there's a river here, you can't travel backwards. Technically this is this dude's territory. Don't think they can cross over there. So we have like, literally just like, our territory is literally just where we currently are. Alright, I can disband this. There's no one in the army. Okay. Green. Pull. Here. Prioritize. Work radius is style. Some person will look for work within the radius. A big radius can be ineffective. So we want to like make it so it's a little smaller. So it's just working off of these farms here. Okay. So when it's needed, there's now 2 loading stations delivering 400 grain over to here. This unloading station can take quite a bit of grain. Alright, yeah, there we go. So now they're delivering all the grain over and stuff like that. So then, how many people did this employ? 40 people are employed in this warehouse. That's insane. And then over here we've got 15 haulers employed here, bringing over the grain. For the 2 bakeries, we have 3 bakeries. We've got 1 bakery down there. Disease on our doorstep. There is a rumor that the lands to the east have been ravaged by a deadly disease, leaving cities in ruins and emptying villages of the living. Let us hope it does not reach our lands. Can we, like, prevent tourists from coming in? Maybe that might help? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. To me, it sounds like it would be a thing. We're still producing livestock sickness. Oh no, your ranchers report that a sickness that has come into these parts of six have ravaged your pastures. Usually it kills any older animals and does so infrequently. This recent epidemic is much more severe, and a lot of the livestock requires constant care. A few animals are completely untouched by the sickness though. And these could be used to breed a new immune herd. To guarantee success, the rest of the livestock will have to be culled. Oh no, they have to all be culled. But we gain a boost afterwards. So we're going to get a production speed reduction for the time being, but afterwards we will get a production boost. Man. I mean, that'll give us a lot of meat and a lot of leather, like up front. And we have a lot of livestock available, so it can just get instantly replenished. So that's kind of fine. I'm assuming that culling, we're getting meat and leather from them, but maybe we're not. Who knows? Maybe culling them isn't actually technically harvesting them. Yeah, maybe I guess it didn't actually harvest them. It's a bit of a shame. Okay. We have a lot of grain. Tempted to maybe get some more grain farms going. I'm not too sure. Okay, wait, clay. So let's reduce the amount of people we have in the clay pit. Clay pit capacity, there we go. Gave us a few workers to place elsewhere. Because we have a lot of clay available. A lot of pottery available now too. Actually, let's have a look. Pottery production suffered. Internal storage is full and production is stalled. Is that because... oh, it's because that is full of pottery. Maybe we could do a station, a loading station of pottery or something. We have a clay loading station here. Although, wait, we have a hauling station, no? This one here. Ah. No resources have been selected. What? What do you mean no resources have been selected? You should be pulling pottery. I think they're doing it now, maybe? Oh wait, no, it's turned off. Oh no, it was turned on. Pulling from warehouse 4, which is this one. Warehouse 7 is grabbing it. Okay, I think it might be functioning now. Oh, epidemic. It has come to us. The river runs. Nothing could have been done. It was the will of the gods. Let's hope our hospitals are well staffed. A curfew can be issued to contain it. The river runs named not only for often occurring in towns near rivers. This epidemic is potentially very deadly. Victims may die of dehydration after days of diarrhea, or just wish they did. Pause. Let's see, the river runs. Lethality 15%. Spread 90%. Incubation days 1. Infection days 2. Curfew. How do we set a curfew? Housing. Workforce. Is it? Pretty sure there's somewhere. Is it in law? Curfew. When a curfew is active, subjects will not visit their ordinary jobs and stay home or inside, except when they need to visit basic services. Deters criminals and prevents disease from being spread. Enable. Okay. So we've got the curfew enabled. So people should ideally stay home unless they've got to go places. We have plenty of food available. So I don't know how long the disease kind of lasts. We got, holy, there's so many people sick with it. Oh my god. 200 plus people affected. You know what? I might need to raise this up a little bit more currently. Because I feel like people are probably going to die. It's a 15% lethality for it. Oh, wait. Is the curfew over? Do I need to enable another curfew? Go home. Yeah, people are dying to the disease. Okay, I think maybe... Oh, some more infected. I don't know if I should have another curfew day. People are still infected. Climate total. Spread of 90% incubates for 1 day, and then there's an infection of 2 days. So I think we'll do another curfew. Right, enable. Oh wait, it's going down. Oh, it might have been passed. Oh. Still people who are sick. Oh, it's slowly going up. I'm gonna do one more curfew day. Oh, I did not know that. I feel like that's you're telling porkies, man. Okay, the health seems to be improving, I think. Okay, curfew is off. Surely that should be okay now. Oh, and every time, like, it just increases a little bit here and there. Some more people are dying. Are they still infected with the river runs? Let's see, where's our hospital? That's the physician. This is the hospital here. Unavailable opiates. Huh? We got 1,000 opiates. What do you mean, unavailable? Are there opiates available in this here? No, not right now. I guess we could get another hauler. and we'll set this to opiates. Hey Autumn, welcome in buddy. Hope you had a good stream the other day. Playing some Witcher. I haven't played Witcher in quite a while. Wait, where are all of our opiates sitting at? Let's see. We have 1,000 in warehouses. Okay, we got some opiates over here, which is good for this hospital. So that's 600 odd or whatever. And we have some over here as well. Okay. I guess this will just be set to pull any opiates that we have over here. Alright. There's a lot of fun? Hell yeah. Nice. I'm doing well, yeah. Getting a little eepy, because it do be kind of getting towards that late evening, and you know, I had to get up at 4 AM today. So this is always unavailable services. Is it because I need to supply it with water though? No available services. How do the baths work? Wait, we do have an encyclopedia somewhere here. Bathhouses. Allows your subjects to bathe. Helps them get clean and relaxes them. Bathing in a bathhouse is far more comforting than bathing in a lake or river. It doesn't mention that you need a canal. So I guess you don't. But it's always saying that there are services unavailable. So I'm not too sure. Throwing Witcher 3 at me. Because I haven't played in a while. Yeah, true, I haven't played it in a while. Actually, what's there's what would you say? Another game that's kinda, well, it's not similar, but I guess it's more similar to more similar to Fallout franchise / game. It's a first person RPG with like story elements. Witcher 1 remake. Oh, yeah, Witcher 4 will be hopefully pretty good. Talking about Gothic? No, I'm not talking about Gothic. Gothic is very old, and I know that at some point there's some remake coming. Wasteland? No, I don't think it's Wasteland. Outer Wilds, is it? No, it's not Outer Wilds. Outer Worlds? Let me see. Ah, yes, that one. I believe it's that one. Yeah. That one looked interesting. I think it's relatively highly rated, right? Yeah. Outer Worlds is the one that looked kind of interesting. Mainly with it being people actually kind of enjoyed it, you know. There's actually there's an Outer Worlds 2, right? Mixed review. Excuse me though, why is it 110 Australian though? Jesus, that's expensive. Space speed entry to follow games recently got number 2 as well. I wasn't big on the old Fallout, not gonna lie. It wasn't in my gaming repertoire. I have a feeling we might need some more grain farms. So the way I designed this here is we can go ahead and we can activate this job and activate this. And then we can just literally copy this in and copy this one in. Connect that canal. And this will get us in 2 extra grain farms, which will be 12 workers. You know what, we've got a decent amount of workforce available, so what if we go ahead and we go boom and boom. Activate job. And connect that up. That'll be an extra, so 24 workers there, and the canal will increase a little bit, so we'll add in 2 workers. Probably only need to add in 1. Oh, and we're actually making machinery, right? So we could upgrade this here. We probably don't even need that many people. It actually saves us people. We'll have to see how many people we need. Because it takes a little while for the pump pressure to activate. Like the pressure on the connected system is 339 there. This one here connected is 295, 296. It's building a little bit more. By split entry you meant style of skills and overall dialogue checks and interaction. Yeah. There's still a bunch of sick people. I think that's probably sick people in the hospital, I would assume. Bathhouses actually do improve the health a little as well, so that's good. Bottom fields, you didn't pull the sewer through it away. So the reason is because if you click the canal, it still gets a decent amount of hydration regardless around it. So these ones I intend to make even more farms if necessary further up, because we've got till soil and rich soil here. So these farms can continue to come up because there's rich soils probably until up to here and up to here and up to here on this part. So we can go and if need be we can go ahead and go boom for another bunch of grain farms or something like that. Yeah. And there's plenty of water through that. So 388 connected. Well, now employ over 50 in our green farms. Nice. So that's going to be even more grain production. Okay, cool. Too soft a soil to build on, I think. Yeah, that is actually a thing. You can still build on it. So it's this here, the soil, and so I think it's actually no, is it that or is it foundation? This one here. So foundation is a thing. So the darker areas are worse foundation for buildings. It essentially just increases maintenance cost, basically. So like these buildings and stuff just have a higher maintenance cost or whatever. It's not the end of the world, you know. So when you go ahead and you like build something, you've got the foundation here. So there's like bad foundation here. So if we went over here, you go the foundation lowers over here. Compared to if we built it over here, where the foundation is high, it just increases the cost of the building, and in doing so increases the maintenance cost of the building. It's not a blocker, but extra labor. Yeah, extra resources. Hey Natsu, here you go, buddy. Is it because there's no there's no available coal? Maybe that's why. Like we have a lot of coal here, but maybe the guys are having to like come back and forth. So if we were to go with a hauler. Build it. There we go. If we say, hey, bring some coal from here. I keep like 5% or something. I'm going to keep services available for this. Workload is low. Over services. I need to check to see if this these actually do need like a canal access or something. So bathhouse. Do. Doesn't seem like it. Seems kind of relatively fine. It's just the employees or whatever. So maybe I need more employees. How many employees can you employ? Up to 8. I don't know. Maybe that might help things with more employees and a nearby source of coal, perhaps. Yeah, it was just a bit weird because available services
Good day.
and load is at 100%. So like people aren't going there because there's no services available, which then means that the services here for the bathhouse is not increasing. So the proximity is really high, so they're really close to it, but the access is very low. So they're close to it, but they can't access it. So we need to try to fix that. Hello, Neo. Welcome in. Still have a bunch of deranged guys. We did have an asylum, yeah, over here. So instead of them wandering around, they get locked up in the asylum. Essentially. And I mean, there's 14 people here. We might need to build another asylum. As our population increases, we're obviously going to have more and more people who are going to go insane and stuff. We should also build more benches, to be honest. The people love benches. This will make them more happy. Also evidently increase resource costs too, but that's whatever. Because like these benches here are always packed. And this will give us a bit more fulfillment as well. Make the people a bit more happier. I'm going up now since you see the dark spots of the Bass Mountain. Maybe it was access to the coal was an issue, which we remedied. I got some benches along the river. How nice. Talked about terrain. It's a little bit squishy here. There we go. Okay. We have an excess of grain coming in now. Nobilities. We still have one promotion available as well. Going to probably need to get another smithy for tool production. Warhammers we need, leather armor. We're good on. No, actually Warhammers we're good on actually. Carpenter, they're just decaying essentially. Getting more gems in. Herbs is relatively good. Ration makers don't actually use that much herbs. How many people are we employed on the fishery here? 6. I kind of think it would just be better, instead of employing 6 people here, we should just employ them into like another pasture or something, to be honest. I mean, yeah, people like a little bit of fish. I believe. Let's see. It's up the top, I think. Food preference: vegetables, bread, fruit. Humans are... Oh no. They don't even have fish for their food preference. So we don't actually realistically need to worry about a fishery. Are we getting in more leather now? Production capacity 94. Tailors. How much knowledge do we have? 40. 72 innovation. If we increase this a little bit with our knowledge that we have, is that going to prevent some raids? It does. Okay. Still quite a few of these powerful guys that would probably come at us. This guy earlier wanted a piece of us. That was interesting. Maybe we could export clay. I guess pottery would be better to export technically. That is pretty insane that you can have that large of an export depot. You only need small ones though. Okay. Pull from here. Export. Just turn it off for a moment. Pottery. And priority limit. Exports will only priority fetch when at least 90% of the warehouse crates are filled. So we'll go with 95% of the crates filled. Alright, turn that on. And this one will be clay. And this will be at 95%. Cool. Maybe we'll start getting a little bit of money in, but I don't want it to like go crazy with pulling all of the... Oh well, we sold a bunch and that instantly dropped from 150 down to 130. Let's go 100. Extreme temperatures. Make sure your subjects have a way to cool down. We have a lot of furniture now too. I think I did have an export depot for furniture. One for wood, one for tools. Yeah, maybe I'll just swap this one over to be furniture. Pulled from warehouse 7. Okay. Right, nice. Yeah, small only update. A bit warm where you started and some gases around. No idea what you do about those yet. Not overwhelmed in slime for now. Also, you look like you're getting ranching started around cycle 10. Sounds good. Cycle 10 ranching already. Holy. I feel like that's pretty damn quick, to be honest. Damn. Just don't let the slime lung in. We know what happens when you get the slime lung. Bye bye home. Damn, warehouse 6 has employed 28 people. I think that's just to get the bread and the furniture. So I think I should do a hauler. And I think we should haul bread and furniture over here. What are these guys holding? These guys are holding bread, no? Because this is pulling in from warehouse 4 and 7. Warehouse 7 is over here. Warehouse 4 is obviously this one for the furniture. I think, don't prioritize, don't fetch. This we should probably do. Lock the setting and change this to be, yeah, only carry 100 furniture. Lock and only carry 100 bread. This one set the bread. Pull from here. Okay, and then this one we're gonna pull furniture. These will change. Remove and remove. Change to pulling here and pulling here. Alright. Hopefully that will eliminate how many employees are employed here, because that's a crazy amount of guys. So instead of them... Basically a warehouse, I think the guys can only carry like 4 items. But if people are employed at the haulers, they can carry something like 10 items. So it's kind of better to get them to use haulers to haul items close to the warehouse, and then the warehouse guys can utilize that. Should also probably limit this a little bit. There we go. Being with a low column. Store it outside for any future needs. Maybe make a chlorine room. You're gonna hold a suit through so everything dies on it. Warehouse 5 is this one here. It's employing a lot of people as well. And I don't know necessarily why. see. Oh, the wells, which were previously at 33%, the upgrade quality was at 33, now it's at 67%. That's a massive improvement when you upgrade those. Just goes to show the technology and the upgrading things is really important. Oh, we lost some knowledge. Oh, really? Because I must have had one of these going. Advanced library needs gems. Right. How's our training been going? 41, 40, 49, oh no, 1 fully trained. Oh, another accident. Oh, at the ore mine. Oh no. There's no hospital nearby. Well, they might die. Right, there's a ton of grain now. Cool. That's good. It might even be beneficial to have a bakery here as well, actually. Producing bread, because it's right next to grain that's coming in here. And then we can supply that bread to this warehouse and the warehouse over there. Perhaps. But that might be for tomorrow. Oh, a law issue. Many of your subjects do not feel safe in the capital, and there are not enough guards to investigate every crime and show presence. Your guard captain has come to you with a bold proposal. Solve every crime. If a crime remains unsolved for 40 hours, your guards will just grab the most likely suspects, something some of them were already doing. Your populace will feel a lot safer, but hardened criminals may notice what is going on and act with impurity. Accept proposal. Boost lawfulness by negative 50%. Law increase by 100%. Never mention this again. Lawfulness lowers. How has our law been going? Our law's been kind of steady-ish. Imprisoned, judged. Arrest rate is like 50%. Do we need to do that? I don't know. You know what? Let's do it. Accept. You publicly announce introducing new training for the guards, which should quell the rise of lawfulness in the capital. To the surprise of your citizens, the changes are immediate and drastic. Guards dragging away loudly protesting criminals where mere minutes after a crime was committed become a common sight. So we like lose law, but then we gain law. %. After effects, double. Well, I guess we'll have to keep an eye on the law then. I guess that's only going to be temporary or whatever for now or something. I'm not too sure. But hey, if that solves all of the bloody punch ups and things like that. That is going to be not too bad. You know, there's a lot of people in here. What are they doing? Thieving, vandalism, flashing, thieving, prison. So theft and vandal, theft. So a lot of thieving. I guess the judge, everything in the judge would be happening quite active, I imagine. Well, it seems to be improved a lot. Crime sort of still happens, but they get captured straight away. Natsu, why are you biting me? Anyway, guys, it's late, and usually what happens is when I keep saying it's late, I always hang around for longer and longer and longer. And it's not too good. So save here, overwrite, confirm. We save and we exit the menu. Thank you guys for enjoying today's stream of Songs of Six. Dude, this game is so nice. It's really do enjoy it. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Again, continue building, expanding our city and things like that. Maybe train some more troops. Don't think I'm ready just yet to like send out an army to like go attack the neighbor. That's like always really annoying. But hopefully one day soon. Yeah. Let's go find someone to raid, guys. Other than that, yeah, that's kind of all it for me. Hello, Erla. Thank you so much for the like. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, same time-ish. I'll be around tomorrow. Why are you crying? That's who go live. As is usual, there's usually quite a few people streaming right around this time. Fantastic. Let's see. Guys, we're gonna go raid my friend Kiyomi. Very amazing artist. They're gonna be drawing today. Looks like they might be making some animation stuff today. Yeah, they just kind of started recently, so they'll be streaming for quite some time. But yeah, check them out. They got a cool OC. They drew their own VTuber model. I mean, they like drew like pretty much all their emotes and alerts and all that sort of stuff. They are a very cracked artist. Yeah. If you'd like to use a raid command, feel free. The top one if you have a sub, and the bottom one if you just follow the stream. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I see you guys tomorrow for more Songs of Six as we become bread lords. Cretonian bread lords. Fuel the bakeries with more grain. Anyway, take care everyone. Bye 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 bye.